Try making too woke be a cancelable offense. Bill Maher blasts Democrats for left's problem in a nutshell. And they try to pretend like it's not, of course, it's the economy. Of course, it was immigration, but also those woke stuff that they try to force on people is why a lot of people has fleed the Democrat Party. No one, I mean, this stuff that been pushing these identity politics, nobody wants to deal with that bull crap, and that's why they lost so much support. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna play the clip from Bill Maher. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Daily Caller from Juliana Freeman, and she reports that late night comedian Bill Maher blasts Democrats Friday evening on his weekly show, Real Time, saying that the problem in a nutshell for the Democratic Party is its out of touch woke ideology, and how quick its politicians are to treat voters like they are stupid. And that's exactly the nail on the head. They pretend like they're better than you, and you are wrong if you don't believe in men being able to be in female sports. You're wrong if you don't believe in child mutilation. All these other things that the majority of American people are against and believe in protecting women and protecting children. uh, the Democrats are attacking and treat you like like Bill Maher said, like you're stupid. So let's just get right to the clip. Here we go.
Okay, and finally, new rule. Someone must tell the usual suspects on the far left that the saying is, when you're in a hole, stop digging,
Right,
not keep digging.
right.
Talk
And that's exactly what they're doing. They keep digging a hole. They refuse to take any type of accountability, and they're blaming everyone else except for themselves. All the racist Americans, social media. We need to censor free speech because they're getting disinformation and believing in disinformation. They're blaming everything else except for themselves, taking absolutely no accountability. And people can't. And the thing is, Americans are so forgiving. Americans are so forgiving. All you have to do is be like, you know what? We made a mistake. We didn't listen to y'all. We're gonna do better next time. They could fix a lot of the problems, but they refuse to admit that they were wrong on anything.
about doubling down on what got you fucked in the first place. Even the one concession I've heard a few people on the losing side offer, that liberals should stop saying the Trump voters are stupid, comes with a kind of unspoken parentheses. We know they are stupid, just don't say it.
That's exactly how they feel. That's
Yeah,
exactly how they feel.
yeah, I got bad news for you. They don't have a monopoly on stupid. You wear Queers for Palestine t-shirts and masks 2 years after the pandemic ended. And you can't define woman, I mean person who menstruates. You're the teachers union education party, and you've turned schools and colleges into a joke. You just
Facts.
lost a crazy contest to an actual crazy person.
I don't agree with that part. Everything else up until that part, he was correct. I mean, Trump is brilliant. He's a brilliant mind. He's a historian, and that's why he has the most popular votes to any Republican in history.
You love to speak truth to power, and we always should, but you have completely lost the ability to speak truth to bullshit.
Right?
The Democratic polling firm Blueprint told Democrats months ago that black voters, AKA their supposedly liberal base, were more likely to find the president too liberal than too conservative. They also found that voters didn't just want Harris to distance herself from Biden, they wanted her to distance herself from what they believe the entire Democratic Party has become, a Portlandia sketch.
That is true. That is, if y'all have never seen Portlandia, Portlandia is where they take all It's funny. I used to watch Portlandia because it's really funny, even as a conservative, because they took all of like the woke ideology, all of what leftists and progressive believe in, and they embellished it. But now Portlandia is like real. It's crazy that the stuff that you watch in that show Portlandia is real today, and especially in these leftist cities. It's crazy to me. If y'all haven't watched Portlandia, I suggest y'all check it out. I totally forgot about that show. I'm gonna go back and watch it again.
A bunch of privileged mean girls complaining about privilege and trying to make fetch happen. What a shocker that the people who see everything through the lens of race and sex see their election loss as a result of racism and sexism.
Right? They see it
Look, if
everywhere.
only we weren't so irredeemably unenlightened, we would have elected a black president by now. Oh, what, we
Right?
did?
Right?
Oh, oh, right, and then re-elected him. Maybe you missed it because it wasn't on TikTok.
Right? I mean, that's straight up facts. How can you continue to call America racist when we had a black president? He was elected for 4 years and reelected for another 4 years. So how can you continue to come up with these things and say that America is racist? They don't want to vote for a black woman. That's not the case. You put the one of the most leftist Democrats ever and ran her for president, and she was one of the most unpopular people at the time, and y'all ran her as president, so of course she wasn't gonna win. I mean, come on.
And sexism? Hillary got 3 million more votes than Trump, which in a normal country would be called a victory. It wasn't.
That's another fact. She got 3 million more votes than Trump, so you can't say it's a sexism thing. You can't say it's a racism thing. I mean, he is hitting the nail on the head.
It wasn't 21st century sexism that prevented a woman from being president. It was the Electoral College.
Which I love.
Democrats run for office as if the voters don't live here,
Right?
as if they don't go to the grocery store and Starbucks and the office. But they do. They live here. And they actually see women and people of color. And it doesn't look like some patriarchal racist nightmare.
Facts.
Do problems remain pertaining to racism and sexism? Of course.
There are some
But a poll
incidences.
last year asked, if America is the greatest country in the world, more blacks and Hispanic Americans agreed with that than the white progressives. It
Who would
asked
have
if
thought, right?
racism is built into our society. White progressives agreed with that at higher levels than black and Hispanic people. It asked if government should increase border security. Same result. Hispanic Americans are less okay with illegal immigration than whitey.
That tells you. I've been saying for forever, white progressives are the problem. These liberals are the problem. Even Malcolm X warned us about it. Warned us about them. They think they have a savior complex, and they think they are saving you. Is what's going on. If not, but most of them are just straight up racist. If you don't believe the same way they believe, you don't believe in their ideology, they'll call you all types of racist things more than the neo Nazis on the right. I'm trying to tell you, I walked in these circles.
The votes are in. They don't want your pity. And black people can't afford to indulge rich white people's need to endlessly flagellate themselves. They
Yep,
just want prices to go down and
facts,
good jobs and the police when you call them. Black
facts.
people, they're just like us.
Ah,
Kamala spent 100 days telling voters, I know it feels like crime and illegal immigration are bad, but fuck your feelings. Look at this chart.
right?
Yes, there's a lot to not like already about the new regime, but maybe take 1 week to ask what you did wrong.
They'll never
The
do that.
basis for Democratic campaigns has become, we're the smart people. That we know from the get-go. No need to look into that. We know that a priori, which is a Latin phrase the Red Hat people wouldn't have a clue about. But they don't need to. Have you seen my "In This House We Believe" lawn sign? See, it says right on it, we believe in science. Right, which is why you demanded no one even debate whether COVID could have escaped from the one lab in the one city where they were studying it. How far-fetched. The New York Times called it racist.
Mm, I remember that.
Democrats have become like a royal family that, because of so much incest, has unfortunately had children who are retarded.
Mm,
And the same thing can happen to ideas if they are also conceived in an atmosphere of intellectual incest. Maybe
yeah,
take the clothespins off your noses and actually converse with the other half of the country.
right.
Stop screaming at people to get with the program and instead make a program worth getting with.
Never happen. It would never happen. They would never sit down and have a conversation with people that don't believe in the same things as them, because they believe that if you don't believe in the same things they believe in, that you are racist, you are sexist, you are evil, and all these other things. So they would never sit down and have a conversation with you on your ideals and what you actually believe.
What good is liberalism if you don't win elections? Last week, Massachusetts Congressman Seth Moulton said, I have two little girls. I don't want them getting run over on a playing field by a formerly male athlete. But as a Democrat, I'm supposed to be afraid to say that. Yes, there's
Hmm.
the problem in
Yep.
a nutshell.
Yep.
Because Congressman Moulton sounds reasonable to me,
Yeah.
but his campaign manager immediately resigned in protest. Let me make this as plain as I can to the smart people. The campaign manager who resigned, yeah, let that person go.
Right.
Marginalize that guy.
Right.
Try making too woke be a cancelable offense. It's important for America to have a center-left party and for that party to be competitive. And a good first step toward that goal would be to make the voters not want to punch you in the face. I will conclude. I will conclude by saying the reason I'm so mad at the Democrats is because as a voter, the issues that were important to me were democracy and the environment. And now, there's no one to champion or defend either of them because you, with your aggressively anti-common sense agenda and shitty exclusionary attitude, blew it. You lost everything. House,
Facts.
Senate, White House, Supreme Court, and left us completely unprotected and ready to be violated. Happy
Well, I don't believe in
Thanksgiving,
that part.
everybody!
Not unprotected and not violated. I'm glad they went so woke because now uh conservatives run the things and hopefully be able to fix all the stuff that they broke over the last 4 years. Is that
Actually,
all they got?
we're on next week for our season finale. I will
Okay, but yeah, there you go. There you have it. I mostly agree with I agree with most of the things he said, except for a couple of the things that I pointed out. But he hit the nail on the head with this, man. And but they will never learn. They will never take heed to anything that he just said. They're going to continue to blame everyone except for themselves. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.